Good frosty morning, everybody. It is December 19th, 6 days before Christmas. It's cold out, it's 27 degrees, and I'm on my morning walk. So I wanted to share this video with you and go through and share a few things that's going on in my life in this journey and kind of how I'm thinking about the upcoming new year. You know, a lot of us make resolutions and say, this is the year I'm going to do this. Unfortunately for me, I thought my years of having weight loss as a resolution were gone, and this year just really went in a bad direction for me. And unfortunately, this is back onto my New Year's resolution this year. So it is what it is. You know, you guys have followed me on my journey. 300 of you subscribed. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So let's give you a quick update on what's going on and how we're looking at the rest of this year, the new year, and how we're going to get to our ultimate goal again. So, you know, a couple of interesting things happened last week. The first thing is I canceled my gym membership. And that probably sounds pretty counterproductive if you're saying, hey, you're trying to lose weight and get back to where you're going. I haven't been able to go as much lately. I got a new role with work. I love the job right now, but it's very different than what I've done in the past. And the new role requires me to go out and do events with different business partners. And a lot of those events take place during weeknights. And with my trainer, I just couldn't really find ways to make the specific time work. So first, I do want to say thank you to Idolo and the folks at Anytime Fitness in Norwood. They've been amazing. They've helped me so much on my journey. I've learned so much. Hopefully I can take what they've given me and do it on my own. But then I also came to realize that a lot of the stuff I've done, especially when I lost the majority of the weight in 2020, really came on my own when I was super motivated. Now, part of that was COVID. It was pretty easy to be motivated when all you could do was work out outside and not go out, right? Eat healthy at home. You had 100% control over your food intake because you just weren't doing the same things you were doing before. You weren't going on vacations. You weren't going out to restaurants. It was really, really easy. So as I think about this journey now, there's a couple of really cool things that are going on that I want to share with you. I've gotten way back into Peloton. So today will be my 20th day in a row of getting a ride or workout in. That's really consistent for me. So I feel great about that. I've gotten back to Weight Watchers the last 2 weeks, which I hadn't done in a little bit. I kind of let my Weight Watchers meetings fall off because, again, as you do this for a while, you kind of hear the same thing pretty regularly. But it's not necessarily just about what you learn in the meeting. It's also about that social connection of people that are going through the same struggle that you are and understanding what you're trying to do. So I think back, you know, I started this journey really in 2018. I started sharing it with you in 2020. So we've been on this for a couple of years together. But I've been on this journey going on 5 years. So January of 2018 is really when I started this whole change of fitness. And at that time, you've heard me say it a bunch of times, but I was a little over 320 pounds. Had an amazing first year, lost like 50 or 60 pounds. Second year, I gained back all but 20 pounds of it. So I was like 290. And then I had that crazy year of COVID in 2020 with, Weight Watchers. I lost 100 pounds that year. I went from 290 to 190. Then the next year I was doing pretty well up until October. And then we had that little bit of minor surgery in December. And I ended the year at like 225, 230, which I thought was like rock bottom. I couldn't get any worse. And then this year it's just been off the rails. I sit here talking to you right now between 250 and 260. So I've got a lot of work to do. Now, like I said, what kind of sucks for me is I thought, having a resolution of weight loss was gone, but it isn't, right? And that's the reality of this whole journey. Like, this is always going to be a challenge for me, I think. Some folks that I talk to, and even folks my age, they can go out and have pizza and beer and do all their things. I don't even drink. Like, I might drink 5 times a year, and I don't drink beer. So, like, alcohol is not a problem for me. I haven't had a soda in 5 years. But I do get derailed by eating like that at night. And it just isn't good for me. And, I haven't felt great. Like, my hip's been sore, my back's been sore. And it's all the weight that I put back on is the challenge. So as I think about what's coming up for me, the goal for me in January will be, hey, let's get through the next week. It'll be challenging, right? A lot of great meals. We have that one really big meal with our friends on New Year's Eve. So between, Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, I'm on vacation. I'm going to get out and do some hiking at the Blue Hills. I'm going to do 10 miles a day on the Peloton, get my walks in. I got a couple days off with my wife, so we'll try to find things that we can do that aren't just revolved around eating. And then I'm going to be really on purpose in the new year in my resolution about getting back to what I was doing before with that grocery shopping, right? Buying those healthy vegetables, focusing on lean proteins, finding ways to eat healthier in the morning, right? And being okay with going to bed hungry. Like, that's the one thing I talked about before. If you don't go to bed hungry, ever, you're never going to lose a little bit of weight. So that's the challenge of what we're going to get after. Stay consistent with our Weight Watchers classes, stay consistent with our diet, and just go in and smash it and lose that 20 pounds or so before we go to Vegas, and then get back and lose 10 pounds a month. You know, again, here it is. I'm at, you know, that even at 260, if I lose 20 pounds in January, and then I come back from Vegas, you know, and I'm at 240. You lose 10 in February, you're at 230. You lose 10 in March, you're at 220. You lose 10 in April, you're at 210, and you're right back where you want to get to for me. And then that 190 to 210 is where I want to stay. You know, I had a lot of friends tell me at 190 I looked too thin, and they were probably right. And I was down to a 31 pants, which is probably a little too light for my frame. So, you know, the goal will be to get to a 32, 34 and stay there and be just consistently stronger, you know, while adding some weightlifting back into it. Because again, when I get down to 190, I was really lean and I didn't have a lot of muscle mass. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about the journey, guys. I hope this is helpful as you're thinking about your New Year's resolutions and what you want to get after. But hopefully you can not do what I do and have this yo-yo of where you're up and down all the time. It just isn't great for your body, and my body's feeling it today. So I got a lot of work to do in front of me, but like my friend Brent Frymore says, this whole journey starts in the kitchen. It's not in the gym, it's in the kitchen. So let's get after it. Thanks for following the journey. If you haven't done so far, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll talk to you real soon.